Hi, friends. It's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom, here with your weekly message from Spirit for the week of November 22nd through the 28th. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you in the United States. I'm wishing you many blessings for a wonderful day on Thanksgiving. And it's a wonderful day it's great to give thanks every day, but that is another wonderful day to be appreciative of all that we have. So happy Thanksgiving. Okay, the two other things I want to mention is thank you for sharing and liking and commenting on my videos. Um, I really want to build up my audience, so please share if you can. And thank you so much for all that you do. I really appreciate it. I have two events coming up that I want to mention quickly. The day after Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving, which I believe is November 26th. I will be at Solstice in the Vale, which is a store in La Vista, doing readings from noon to 5. It's a wonderful store. Check it out. Start your holiday shopping. And then on Saturday, the 27th, I will be part of a small business Saturday event at Emerald Healing Arts and Apothecary. That's the store that I work out of as well here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And all the details will be below. That will be a fun event where you can sample different services from the healing practitioners that work out of Emerald, including myself. I'll be doing brief readings, and there'll be acupuncture, Reiki, and other services available. So come in, check out the apothecary, wonderful materials, and start your shopping. So let's get to the message. Oh, one other thing, tap into your intuition. You get to pick a card, and I forgot to show you what cards I'm using. I'm sorry. I was so excited to mention the events coming up. We're doing the tarot reading from Nature Spirit Tarot, and the oracle card you get to pick is coming from Soul Coaching Oracle Cards. And I picked it because the sun is moving into Sagittarius today. So it's back in a fire sign. So do you want the message from card A, B, or C? Tap into your intuition. Let's get to the message because this is an interesting message this week. It is both a collective message and a the micro message to each of us. Um, take what resonates, leave the rest. The first card, there's 5 cards that came out today. The first card is justice. Now, some of us may not feel like there is any justice right now, and that is true. We are actually out of balance. I don't know if you can see that this bug, and I've forgotten the name of this bug, I'm sorry, um, is holding the scales of justice. And they need to be balanced. And they're not balanced right now. This is the pillar of justice in the hall of justice. And this is the sword of truth that cuts through the lies, that cuts through the misinformation or disinformation, because there's a lot of people putting out information that is deliberately misleading, and they're deliberately doing it. So we have to learn to get at the truth. We have to learn to balance our world and balance ourselves. But there's something that we need to remember is that justice will always come eventually. It may not be here right at the moment, but it will show up, and everyone will be held accountable that needs to be held accountable. This is about responsibility and accountability and being balanced in our energies, what we are responsible for. So we may be feeling out of balance. And what the reason why we may be feeling out of balance is because of the next card, which is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, and swords is the energy of air and the energy of the mind. And this card represents, with the Black Widow spider here, who's weaving her web and trapping these poppies, is that we feel trapped, but we're trapped by our own thoughts that are spinning around and weaving a web. And what we need to do is cut through with the sword to what is really going on and to let those thoughts go that are um, that are not true, that are not um, we have the power. That's usually the point of this card, is we have the power to get out of our own trap when it's our own mind weaving things about a certain situation in our lives. Okay? So that's going on. And then the next card also shows us about being stuck. That's the Four of Cups. And that is usually a general malaise. Like, I'm not satisfied. I'm not like, it's an card. The little snail here, there the shell has a spiral on it again. That spiral of thinking and feeling, and while this is not necessarily a trap, this is the trap. This is the I I I'm not satisfied with these cups, and I'm not seeing the next cup here that's coming usually by the hand of God. So we're just dissatisfied. We're just not engaged. What do we need to do to be engaged? Hmm? What do we need to let go of? I think the next two cards came out together, and they provide some insight on maybe what we need to do. The first is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man sometimes also means things are delayed. So this justice may be delayed, and so we're spiraling in our mind and we're dissatisfied. But the other meaning of the Hanged Man is when he hangs upside down, he sees the world from a different perspective. He sees the situation from a different point of view. So that is some of the advice that we are getting from Spirit, is you need to see something from a different perspective and a different point of view. Consider it. And it might take a little while to get there, but be looking for that. Give yourself some distance to whatever it is that is going on that you feel has gotten you stuck. Get a little distance, sit back, think, observe, and look at it from a different perspective. Once you do, the other card that came out with the Hanged Man, the Knight of Wands, is an action card. The knights are all about action. Some of them are faster than the others. This is this is the fastest one, actually. The fastest in taking action going forward. The Knight of Wands. Wands is the spirit element, the fire of our enthusiasm, of our spirit nature. So the answer does come. You see something different, you look at it from a different perspective, and then you have amazing amounts of energy and enthusiasm to move forward, to go, to go. So this is positive. The reading ends positively in that if you want to go forward, you will see and you will be able to go forward. You'll see something different, and the only thing that I want to warn you about the Knight of Wands is sometimes the fire and the enthusiasm and the energy is so strong that you go off without a fully formed plan. So take a moment, even when you're in this position, to start a plan of how you will go forward. All right? So that you're not rushing forward, hitting a block, getting stuck, and then having to go through the whole thing again. All right? So that's the reading. And the message for the week of the energy of the week. What cards do you want? Do you want the message from card A, B, or C? For those of you who picked A, you have the message of peace. Breathe deep. When you get into, you're feeling this stuckness or whatever the situation is that's going on, you need to find peace. Breathe deeply. So the message at the bottom of the card says, I breathe deeply, knowing that all is well in my universe. The universe, spirit has your back. So while you are taking some time out to meditate, to rest, to find peace, the spirit is working on your behalf. All right? Everything is okay and everything will work out. So if we're talking about the weekly message, everything will work out in the end. Justice always comes. So, for those of you who picked B, your message is about energy. And it says, healing energy and immense vitality flow through me easily and effortlessly. You have the ability to control. I want to say the word control, but I don't really like that word. But you have the ability to allow energy to flow through you. Maybe you are an energy healer, but energy is something that you work with all the time, and you definitely have energy this week. Maybe there's a lot going on, um, and you're flowing through it effortlessly. So kudos to you to sustaining that. And if you are an energy healer or haven't been inspired to become an energy healer, this is another sign. Yes, yes, do it. Yes, go forward with that. For those of you who picked C, you get an awesome card too, playfulness. And this is about your inner child, okay? It says, my joy is the greatest gift that I give to others. And in order to have joy, you need to play a little bit. I feel like this message is speaking most to me because I have been straight out busy with this as my business, my side business, and my full time job. So I need to let a little bit more playfulness in order to have tap into the creativity, in order to relieve stress, in order to satisfy, is what I'm trying to say, my inner child. So one of the things I'm looking forward to this week is getting out my Christmas stuff. That always makes me feel like a child. Decorating and getting out my Santas. So playfulness is what, if you've been working really hard, take some time to balance yourself with a little playfulness, a little play. It will help your health. It will help your creativity. It's a good thing to do. So, those are the messages for this week. I wish you many blessings. Again, happy Thanksgiving. And hopefully, I will see you at one of the events happening after Thanksgiving. And I will wish you all the best. Many blessings.